Several years ago, Bethel received 2 grants of approximately $250,000 each to beautify Greenwood Avenue's main business district.
Mm-hmm.
Was any of this money spent, and if so, how? If not, why not? Where is the money now, and why is it not being used for this project? Is there an actual plan to visually upgrade the main business centers that exist now, and if so, what is the plan and where can residents view this plan?
You can view the plan in the Public Works Department. It's actually underway now. As we sit here, what's the date today? September 8th. There's, for the next couple of months, there'll be brickwork going on.
Brickwork?
Yeah.
Sidewalks?
The streetscape.
Sidewalks.
Yeah, the streetscapes are, the whole thing is being lifted up, refurbished, and put back down. New planters, new trees going in, refurbishing the whole thing. You know, I think there's a little bit of a lack of understanding that I'd like to address. When the town gets a grant like that, you know, you do the concept, you put in the grant application. State of Connecticut says, okay, congratulations, here's the grant. You can't start any work on that thing until you get the contract from the state. That can take 6 months. And it says right in the grant award, you know, do not start any, do not incur any costs, because if you do, it's on you. We're not reimbursing you for anything. So that's number one. That can take a month, that can take 4 months, it can take 6 months. You know, it's all over the map. Then you have to start developing your plans, and you have to submit those to the state. So like when you're doing sidewalks, that's on a state road, you have to develop the plan, do engineering drawings, and submit them to approval to the state of Connecticut, to the Department of Transportation. That could take a year. Because, I mean, people think, oh, it's, well, you know, the sidewalk's right there, just lift it up. No, you have to mark off where the utilities are, if there's underground gas, water, sewer, electrical, all that stuff. I mean, you wind up with plans that look like a blueprint for a nuclear submarine. You have to cover everything. You have to get legal easements to step on people's property to install these things. Part of one of our sidewalk projects, not including Greenwood Avenue, not including the streetscape, but just installing sidewalks up on White Hill, we went through a process for a year developing those plans. DOT rejected them, said, no, do them over. So it was one of the things that was done in-house, and we had to actually go back and have a specialist help us develop those plans. So it's underway now. The money is set aside. It's not gone.
So out of the $500,000 that was directed towards you a couple of years ago, and then it got all cleared, you have just started the sidewalks, and then what else are you planning on maybe doing?
That whole $500,000 wasn't just for streetscape. It included streetscape plus others.
To beautify Greenwood Avenue, I think it said something like that.
Yeah, that was only part of it. That was about half of it.
Okay.
So that's ongoing right now. Sometime in the next month, we're going to start actually down here on School Street. It wasn't only Greenwood Avenue. It was expanding the streetscape down to School Street. And that's not going to include brick sidewalks, but it is going to include sidewalks across the street and decorative lighting. But in the last year, we put in sidewalks up and down White's Hill, improved sidewalks at the school complex. That was all part of that. The vendor that just put in the sidewalk at the school complex is going to be moving over to Worcester Street next week and start connecting that area. A lot of these grants are STEEP grants. That stands for Small Town Economic Assistance Program. So the justification is you have to connect people to your downtown area. So that's why there's all that activity. But that's still out there. It's moving along.
Okay.
So for people to say, why hasn't it happened, that's not really a fair comment. It takes time.
We're just looking for an update.
Oh, sure. No, that's good.
Okay. Next question.
I have a joke that it takes 20 years to do anything, especially with big buildings, but yeah.
Okay.